don't want to give up my dream. I still feel really embarrassed. I worked every single day, not lead to the burnout. I don't know if I can do it. The plan is, I don't know if any of you can relate to this, but I have found earning a living, working full-time as an adult, really, really hard. I have not been able to hold down a job for a full-time job for more than 6 months. And I didn't know why for a really long time. I thought that if I retrained in something that I loved, that I would feel less isolated, and it would be something that if I just found the right thing that was a great fit, then I wouldn't feel isolated and I'd be able to do it day in, day out, and I'd finally have a thing that I could do to earn a living as an adult. And so I went back to uni to retrain in wildlife biology and conservation, and I felt more isolated than ever. I loved what I was doing. I loved learning about wildlife, and biology and conservation are really, really interesting to me, and they haven't stopped being interesting to me, but I don't know, there was something about it that I just couldn't do. And that's when I was assessed for autism and found out that I am autistic. And for the first time in my life, I had a reason for why I struggled so much with things that other people didn't seem to as much, and why I struggled to hold down a full-time job, and why that just seemed to be impossible. And it made me realise then that I wasn't going to change. There wasn't going to be this magical job that would be okay for me to work full time. I realised that I have to try and find a different way of working that will earn me a living, and not lead to the burnout that could last from anywhere from only a couple of weeks if it was really early, or literal years. I still feel really embarrassed and ashamed that I shouldn't. I feel sometimes still I shouldn't struggle, and I should just get on with it, that if I just tried harder, that I'd be able to do it. And I know that isn't true, because I have tried so much. I've had a job since I was 14, but it is hard. And so that brings me to my glasswork. I started at a night class at the Glasgow School of Art in 2017, and it was just a kind of breath of fresh air. I was working in a call centre, so I fell totally in love with making glass. I've always loved glass anyway. When I was wee, I used to want to eat it. But fell totally in love with the glass class, and so did that twice. But I just thought, there's no way I can earn a living making glass and selling it. And so I thought that if I went and retrained in wildlife biology and conservation, that would give me much better job options. And I just didn't think I'd be able to set up my own glass studio until I was, in my 40s or 50s and had the kind of money to do that. But after the retraining didn't really go to plan, I thought, I'm going to see if I can get a loan to set up my glass studio, and I did. So I set up my own glass studio just before all the lockdowns happened in January 2020. So I set about my dream of doing something creative, of making glass and selling it, and I thought I would sell my work at craft shows and fairs and things like that. But then all the lockdowns happened, and so I kind of had to pivot and set up a website and try and sell online, which I didn't know how to do at all. So I kind of focused on learning new glass techniques, and I will insert some video here of like the things that I first started making, the first things I ever made at the Glasgow School of Art, which I was so pleased with. Those are the pieces that actually made it to the point of getting fired in the kiln. There was a lot of broken and cracked and gone wrong bits that didn't even get there. And then I'll show you some things that are what I've made recently and are the kind of things that I make now, to kind of show you where I started and where I am now. But anyway, I realised in autumn last year that even if I sold every single thing that I made in a month, and in that month if I worked every single day, then I still wouldn't be able to earn a full-time living. I don't want to give up my dream of earning a living doing something creative, and so that's why I have set myself this 12-week YouTube challenge. I know that I've procrastinated on starting a YouTube channel all year, and I could easily procrastinate on getting started for the rest of this year. So I think a challenge is a good way to help keep me on task and just get the stuff done. I don't know if I can do it. I don't know if, like, to get monetized on YouTube, you need 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. Right now I have 18 subscribers and 12 watch hours. I don't know if I can do it, but I was really inspired by Jen from Silver and Solo, who managed to get her YouTube channel monetized in 10 weeks. I really hope I can do it. I'm planning to work really hard and make a lot of videos and just improve one thing each time. The plan is to post 2 YouTube videos a week starting from today, and my midweek video will be pretty chill, just showing you my stats and analytics and for the past week, and going over what I've done to try and improve my videos, and, you know, maybe taking the dogs for a walk in the countryside or something like that. I don't know how that'll work with filming it, because yeah, anyway, we'll see if I can do that. I might just take one dog at a time and then try and film it and do a walk and talk. And the other video will be on a Sunday, where I'll be talking about glass and what I'm doing and living a creative life and neurodivergence, and there'll be like studio tours if that's something that you're interested in. I say tours, there'll probably be one tour if you're interested in seeing that. My glass studio is really wee, but if you're interested, I will do that. And yeah, kind of day in the life artist vlogs and things like that. Suki will be here intermittently probably, and my dogs too. So if that sounds like the sort of thing that you're interested in, I would love it if you joined me and came along for the ride of this 12-week YouTube challenge. And if you would like to subscribe, it's free and it will help me reach my goal of being able to earn a living from doing something creative sooner.